Why do you think you, in particular, managed to avoid the audience capture that a lot of pro-GG or anti-SJW content creators fell into?
I think there's several reasons why that's the case. When I got into the YouTube game, it was never about making YouTube my career. It was never about earning a living from YouTube. It's nice to get a little bit of money, but the main motivation for me going into YouTube was to better communicate with people. Because I think hearing my tone of voice, seeing me, all the rest of it helps convey, what I'm trying to get across. And it was also as a kind of marketing tool, I guess, for the rest of the stuff that I do, the writing, the games, all the rest of it. I think the people that have been more audience captured have been those who tried to parlay it into a career as a YouTuber, or God forbid a politician, or whatever else. And so because they feel financially beholden to their audiences, and it makes the difference for a while whether they make rent or not, or whether they get rich or whatever else, I think, however idealistic you might otherwise be, I think that is going to bend the needle a bit. So I think that's part of it. My financial relationship with YouTube and sponsors and so on is different, because no one sponsored me yet. So that's a big part of it. I think I'm in it to project what I believe, to talk about what I believe, and while I'm always subject to revision and change and all the rest of it of what I believe, it's not as changeable, not as different as other people might be. I have my strong convictions that I've had over many years, so that's a big part of it. That's also part of what I'm trying to communicate. So I'm not as bendable to what an audience wants. I also think that I have a tremendous amount of self-doubt. It may not come across that often, but that's because once I arrive at a decision, I've thought about it an enormous amount, and so it can seem that I'm being stubborn or unassailable to some people, but that's only because I doubt myself and what I believe in my position so much that I think them through all the time. That is the superpower side of depression and anxiety, I guess, just being completely unsure of what you really think and what you just you're not being 100% sure of anything is helpful, I think. And even without the money, right, there is a certain amount of ego stroking that goes on, that I think appeals to people a lot. So you have to take that into account as well.